And
Okay, so we're live on
cool.
YouTube.
Checking you now.
Okay.
Verifying live on YouTube. Live on YouTube.
Awesome. Okay, so we're live
Whoa.
on YouTube. So the audio sounds good, Donny?
Yes, sounds fine.
Cool.
What I need to do is I've got the live audio paused.
Checking you now. Okay.
Because I need to be able to play my intro on what we're doing. Okay. So you ready to start now? You want to wait for a few people to join in maybe, or just go ahead and get started?
Hey, we're live. We got 2 viewers. I guess that's me and you.
Right.
3 viewers.
Awesome.
Let's see.
Let me check it one more time.
5 viewers.
Verifying live on YouTube.
7, 8.
Yeah, I was looking at the chat just now to see if yeah, there we go. Looks great. Got cool. A couple going in. Awesome. All righty. Let me turn this volume back up. Woodworking knowledge. All righty. You ready to get started, my brother? Get this thing recorded?
So yeah, we're gonna show the ins and outs of what goes into doing a podcast,
huh? Something like that. We're gonna attempt. This is definitely a new one for me, recording the podcast, let alone new streaming it on from Google Play or Google Hangouts all the way up to YouTube. It's definitely new. So I'm going to go ahead and play my intro and get into asking you some questions, my man.
Yeah, let's do this.
All righty, here we go.
Are you ready to be filled with woodworking knowledge? Join us today on the Green Woodworker Podcast. Now, here is your host, Donny Carter.
Sweet.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Green Woodworker Podcast. Today, I am honored to have as a guest Mr. Sean Stone from Columbus, Mississippi. How you doing tonight, Sean?
What's up? What's up, Donny? Glad to be here, man.
Oh, not too much. I said tonight, but yeah, it's still kind of early out here today. We've been doing a few things pre-show. Sean has been gracious enough to help me out. If you're joining us live on YouTube right now, thank you very much. We'll try and monitor the chat as much as we can. But Sean was gracious enough to host me and this podcast on his YouTube channel. So this is definitely new, something very cool. Mr. Sean Stone, I just want to give a quick overview of you, sir. Awesome guy, father of 3 boys, husband, and now full-time maker, content creator, and teacher. I guess you would, I would label you as. I'm not sure how you would label yourself. What would you label yourself as these days now that we're not going to really get into what you used to do or anything. That's, hey, that's here or there. What would you label yourself as now? What do you consider yourself?
The first thing that comes to mind is a crazy person. I feel like I'm in 100 different places at the same time, and it seems like I can never get it all done. But, I would say a content creator first, and then teacher, because I am, hosting some woodworking classes here in my shop. So yeah, right. So I think you nailed it.
Good. Let's talk about that real quick. You are a full-time content creator. You put out several videos a week, or at least a minimum of 1 video a week with an update video. You do projects weekly. Like I mentioned before, you have 3 young boys to take care of. You have a household to take care of along with your wife, who must be a very understanding person to join hands with you and go in this journey that you've decided to go into. And you also do classes. Yes. Are those weekly classes, daily classes? What's up with the classes?
Yeah. So, with the classes, I hold 3 classes a week, and they're roughly an hour and a half long. but I've got some homeschool students that come into my shop, and we will, work on a project. It may just be a short project for that one class meeting for that day, or it could be a project that we work on for several weeks. So it just depends, but yeah, it's every week. The same students come back every week.
Oh, nice. That's man, that's pretty cool. I would have never thought that there would be something available like that. I'm not really familiar with the homeschooling thing, so I assume that there's just like a community of people who are looking for other things to do, as far as the homeschooling. Surely they can't just sit at home all the time and learn from one single person. I guess they get out in groups and such and do things like that.
I don't know. There is communities and organizations that they're a part of. So from what I understand, my kids are in public school systems, so I don't know the full extent of how they work, but I have several friends that do it, and it's, a really cool deal. But as far as how I'm involved with it, with the woodworking classes, is they will get credit for this towards their education. And, I have the authority to say, I don't really think that this person passed the class, or yes, this person did pass everything that we intended to learn. And so then the parent can just take that to, whatever organization they go through to give credit for the kids to advance to the next class or grade or whatever.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah. So I basically structure it just like, right now we're in the middle, or actually just working on the tail end of the spring semester. So we will do a full semester, like 17, 18 weeks. And then there'll be like a summer break that I'm considering. I haven't decided yet, but I'm considering like a summer class to offer to anybody, even the kids that are in public school system, because they won't be in school, obviously. Just like single classes, or maybe a couple of day classes for just anybody that wants to do that. And then also there's a fall semester. So it's just structured just like a class.
Right. Oh man, that's pretty awesome. So do you, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. With your kids, do you try and get them into some of the classes? I know you have, your kids are young, but one of your boys is getting older. Mm-hmm. Do you try and get him in with some of the classes of the homeschool kids? But, you said he's in public schools. Do you try and get him in for the interaction or anything?
No. If we had maybe a student that was going to be out, and, there was a student, say there was just one student by themselves in that particular class. I have two younger kids that are not in school yet. So these classes take it's going on during the school hours. So my oldest kid wouldn't be here. So if I had to bring, say, my middle boy in just to kind of fill a spot to kind of give that group interaction or that collaboration feel, I would do that, but I hadn't had to yet. So the three classes that I do have, there are 2 kids per class. So I have 6 students total. I have room for 3 students per class, but right now I just have 2 per class.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. So that's all I really want to do right now, because, I'm learning. I'm having to write the curriculum for the students to, what are we going to do? What tool are we going to learn about? Kind of ease them into like a bandsaw, or we just got through learning about the jigsaw. So they actually worked with the jigsaw, the bandsaw, the power, the random orbital sander. So they've worked with a few different power tools. The next thing I think I'm going to introduce them to is the lathe, and maybe turn some pins. And then
nice.
we've also worked with using a handsaw and hand sanding, and of course learning about safety and all that stuff. So that wasn't part of your question, but I just kind of threw that in there.
No. That's perfectly fine, man. It is just so encouraging to know that the lack of learning such trades and such crafts in school is being picked up by someone like yourself. And that makes me happy to know that if you're doing it, hopefully there are other folks that are out there that are doing it now, or that see you and get encouraged and decide to do it. It encourages me. Myself, I would like to have my shop set up where I could have weekly classes and things like that to teach people of all ages. You know, I'm a big wood turner, and that would just be awesome to be able to have people come in for a few hours a day and learn a new craft and just learn a trade, a craft, something with your hands, something that's going away. And
yeah, definitely.
It's really scary. It's a scary situation. How often do you try and get your 3 boys in to teach them and to show them things, you know, teach them skills? How often do you try and do that?
Yeah, you know, I offer it to my kids. It just depends on what I'm working on, honestly. If I'm working on a project that I know they won't be interested in, I don't really even ask them, you know, if they're in the shop hanging out with me and I'm just kind of working, then that's cool. But if they want to be a part of a project, I try to do something that I know that they'll want to do. Just for instance, like one of the last videos that I did, but we did a tool tote that I pre-cut everything, and I brought them all in. Like I pre-cut everything before they were in the shop, because running the power tools, the saws, getting everything fine-tuned, or, you know, make adjustments. You know, you run into problems when you're project. But I got everything ready to assemble and put everything in stations. And so I brought them all in at the same time so they could work together. I could help them. And, you know, they put together 3 of the tool totes that I had previously pre-cut. And they really liked that. And so they had something to do the whole time they were in here. And so I like to get them involved in projects that they're not really get burned out on, or because their attention span is just really short. And so if we're doing something they are having fun doing, or that they want to do, then they want to come back again for the next project. And so like these tool totes that we put together, now they want to come back and paint them. We haven't done that yet because, you know, we're in the middle of T-ball season and all that stuff. So, you know, we're a family too. And so it's a lot of fun. But yeah, the things that they are interested, I let them be a part of.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, I have a short attention span myself, and, you know, I'm 46 years old, and it's really good to know that you're not forcing them into doing things. And because Lord knows that if anybody's like me, the minute you tell me I need to do something or have to do something, that's it. I lose interest in it. I'm not super happy with it. But it's really good the way you're handling things, and bringing your boys in, asking them if they want to participate in certain things. And that's another question I have for you. Now that you are home full time, out in the workshop, has it, obviously it's affected the family in a good way. Do you really see a change in your boys now that you're there all the time with them and can take care of them, and not that they weren't being taken care of, meaning you understand what I'm saying? Can you see a change in their behavior and the way they act, knowing that Daddy's home with them all the time now?
Well, you know, I'm out in the shop. So when I'm at work, I'm in, and I do that because I'm not leaving in a vehicle, going somewhere. You know, I am at home, but, you know, the shop is my office. The shop is my work. So, and it's something that I'm getting used to as well. It's something new for me. But yeah, so I've been present a lot more, in instances where I need to be here or can help out. And whereas before I'd have to, you know, take off of work, come home, and work it out that way. Whereas now, you know, if I miss a day, I really have to work hard to make that time up, or you know, whatever. But it's a lot more convenient as a family now that I'm here all the time. So, but it's something I'm getting used to, and I like it. It's fun, and I never really thought I'd be in this position, but it's kind of cool. It's not for everybody, and I'm learning if it's for me or not. But so far, it's working out pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you as a viewer, I definitely enjoy you being full time. I've seen the quality of your videos and the content and the things that you produce and create increase since the time of you being able to spend more time on it. And I know several thousand other people enjoy it the same way, because you are able to create full time. That sometimes I believe can create headaches in a sense, because sometimes you might feel like you're always working or things like that. Is there something that you do or something that motivates you to consistently get up every morning, come out there in the shop, create content, keep going? Because deadlines are tough. Creating a weekly video, if you're not doing it, is a very tough process to do. What motivates you to continue doing what you do every day?
That can be answered in a number of different ways, I think, but, I enjoy the teaching part of it really at my own pace. I think it's different. Like even with the classes that I hold, it's a different than doing the YouTube videos. With the YouTube videos, I can, do the project that I want to do in the way that I want to do it at my own pace, and offer different aspects, whether it be offering a free tool tote plan that I offer that gets somebody involved, or I love seeing, just for an example, one of the guys in our Facebook group, the Stone and Sons Maker Group, he downloaded the plans and took a picture of his kid putting together a tool tote. And that was just awesome to me. And so that motivates me, that inspires me to do more and to do better. And so things, I guess what keeps me going is, yes, I'm out here in a shop and I'm, doing the working stuff, but those small things is what really makes a difference. And I enjoy that. So
nice.
Yeah, I guess that would put it in a nutshell.
That's a good reason, man. That's very hopeful, to know that you have something to look forward to and something that continuously pushes you to become better, become a better person, a better teacher, and just share everything that you've learned and the knowledge that you have. Is there something specific that triggered or something? Why did you choose woodworking to begin with? Was it just something brought in from the family, or?
No, really just by accident. I started doing some stuff for the house, and then, that led into, hey, I ought to, video this, put it on YouTube, and then getting another tool, buying this tool. I need a shop now. And so it was just a snowball effect, basically. And so, I've always been someone to like, build things or whatever, and work with my hands. But this whole platform just came by accident. And, it has really just something I never thought that this is where I'd be with it, having a full-time gig with it.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So 5 years ago, you wouldn't have dreamed a million years that you would be doing what you're doing today then.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I can't complain. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Well, and that's the biggest thing. I was talking to a couple other guys and through the woodworking, and I say woodworking, I mean the entire maker community. It seems the thing that is most important to everyone that I talk to, it's them being happy doing what they're doing. I talk to everybody about it, and I talk to them about what they're doing, and nobody ever mentions, oh yeah, I'm glad I'm making money. I'm glad I'm doing this. Nobody ever mentions anything about the money. They always mention, I'm so happy I get to go out to my shop and I get to create. It makes me a better person. It makes my home life better. It makes my relationship better with people. It just makes everybody a better person. And I can see that in you too, man. You're a happy guy. And you love what you do. It radiates in your videos, and when I talk to you personally and everything that you do. Are there any future plans for Stone & Sons to get bigger? Do you have plans for a bigger shop? Do you have plans to expand to a different area? Anything like that going on?
No, I don't foresee that. I don't, and really, honestly, I'm not trying to look beyond what's happening now, just to be quite honest. So much going on with what I'm doing now. I have to really focus on what I've got going on. And if something, I guess if it progresses into something bigger, then we'll cross that bridge when it gets there. But I'm not looking for that.
Right.
So it's I'm happy with where it is now.
I understand. Now, I do understand that you have some other stuff going on, some other maker type things and things like that. Would you care to talk about any of that kind of stuff? I mean, I would love to hear. I know a little bit more about the details about the iMake stuff and things like that, but I really feel like that's something that is just a great thing that's happening and that you really want to be big and happen. Is that something you care to share?
What, the iMake Studios you're referring to?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, the iMake Studios is for those of you that don't know, is the woodworking classes that I hold here in the shop. And for that, I kind of hold that separate from the Stone & Sons business part of it. But yeah, for the iMake Studios, I would love to see in the future for that particular part of what I'm doing. Like that's just something local here in the shop that these kids come to my shop, every week. I would love to have something on a bigger scale, not for Stone & Sons, but for the iMake Studios, like downtown in the area that I live in, or different maker type things, if you will. So maybe somebody wants to come in and teach metalworking, so that's a way for them to make extra income if they want to come into this facility or whatever and hold a class on metalworking in the iMake Studios umbrella. And they have a couple of students that come take the class. They pay the instructor for that. And, it's a place for people to come in and to teach. It's a place for people to come in to learn. And it's also a place for people to make extra money as an instructor. But, you could have metalworking, woodworking, quilting, whatever, pottery class, painting, whatever it is. I would love to see that type of thing in the area that I live in. I think that would be cool, to see.
That would be absolutely incredible. I mean, I love the idea so much. I would love to see an iMake Studios down here in Ocean Springs. I mean, I would absolutely love to see it. I mean, it's so encouraging. I mean, it gives me goosebumps to think that, people of any age can go into a place and take a 2-hour class a couple of days a week and learn to do something new with their hands that they would have never thought that they would have ever done before.
Yeah. And the beauty about, that kind of thing is it's open. And so like the instructor and the student could just schedule it, whatever's good for them, and, come into this iMake Studio facility and hold a class at whatever time is convenient for them. It doesn't have to be like school where you go at this time, or, we're going to be structured. So there would be a lot of flexibility, kind of like the places, my mind just went blank, but
the maker space.
Yes. Thank you. Kind of like that, but instead of people coming in and using the space for themselves, it's a place to either teach or learn. And, teachers are making extra money on top of that. So
that's a great idea. That is a phenomenal idea. And I really think that is going to be something that's going to be big in the future. I definitely wish you success with that. And like I said, I would be honored to, so that's a side note that we need to talk about. I would be honored to have something like that down here by my city and my community. I know there are just tons of people that could benefit from it. So you've got a lot of stuff going on. You're a super busy guy. I mean, so it's more than just content creating, projects weekly, being a full-time maker and creator. And now you've got the iMake Studios and you've got your boys. And so it's a full-time gig, but I know for a fact that you wouldn't change it for the world. And I know that.
No, I wouldn't change anything. And another thing I've got going on too, I just want to kind of touch on that just briefly, because there may be some people out there that are new woodworkers, because I get contacted a lot from people that are just starting out with woodworking, or they're just starting out with wanting to do content creation, like we do. And people don't know where to go to get information for that. And so I know maybe you've got some things going on like that, but I've also got some online courses that, for instance, just like a start your woodworking journey is what I call it. And then it's already been developed, and you can actually just, it's out there now, but it's not finished. It's being developed. But just where to start with your workshop and tool layout and, organization, and, what about dust collection, that kind of stuff. That on top of all this other stuff, it really adds a lot to it. But I'm really passionate about it, and I know you are too, Donny. And so there's a lot that we can offer each other, not only in this community, but even spaces like the maker spaces and just what we talked about. I think people have so many outlets to learn different things. It is just unbelievable. People have things at their fingertips just to learn whatever it is they want to learn. And it's just amazing to be a part of that community.
Man, that's incredible stuff, man. That just really gets you excited and gets you going. People definitely need to go to Stone and Sons workshop.net so they can learn more about that. There will definitely be links to every place that Sean is available in the description of the show. It's been very eye-opening, man. It really gives us a little bit of insight into what it takes as a daily content creator, full-time father, to keep yourself going, and also to expand in new areas of creativity. iMake Studios is just something totally outside the box, and it's a very good idea. I really think it's great. And I think it's going to benefit a ton of people. Like I said before, we've had several people here in the live chat, just chatting it up. And we definitely appreciate you guys. This is definitely new for podcast. I appreciate Sean. I'm going to jump in the chat real quick and look. Sean, I know we had a few questions in there that maybe you can help some folks out with. Let's see here. I know that Andrew Buck was asking about the Kreg Jigs. Okay. He was wanting to know if we thought, or you thought, that the Kreg Jigs were worth spending the money on. He says he's doing them by hand, but he's having a hard time doing them. Not really sure how you would do the Kreg Jigs by hand. Okay, I think I understand what he's asking. Maybe he has the Kreg Jig one that you clamp down, but then there's the bigger K5 setup or K4 setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts, or do you use the Kreg Jig at all?
Yeah, I use the Kreg Jig sometimes. I love the Kreg Jig. It makes a project go a lot quicker. And the one thing that I love about having the whole system and not just the clamp it down is when you have the complete system, there's a dust collection attachment, and man, that thing is a game changer. I had the whole system. I've got the whole system, and I was using that thing without the dust collection attachment for a long time. And then I thought, I'm going to go ahead and try this. Oh my goodness. If you have the full system, use the dust collection attachment with your shop vac. It's amazing. So that alone is worth it.
Right. I have the little clamp on one myself, and I went over to my buddy Johnny's, and I think Johnny's got every tool made known to man. He's a super good guy, unbelievable turner. And we were going to make some stuff, and I said, man, we need a Kreg Jig. Oh, I got that. And he pulls out, of course, the K5 setup with every clamp and bit. And man, it was a really, really good thing. And for the price, I think I saw the Kreg Jig on sale somewhere the other day for under $100, and that's for the new the new K5 setup. That's the one with the dust port and all the stuff and all the extra things. So to be able to consistently make joints, and some people may not call pocket hole joints, but you know what? They're joints. So just get over it. It'll be
a butt
okay.
joint joined by screws.
That's right. That's right. They're really strong. They're strong enough for a lot of the things we're doing. So I think, in my personal opinion, yes, the Kreg Jig setup is definitely worth the money, and definitely worth picking up, especially for beginners. And
it's amazing on shop projects.
Absolutely. I was going to say beginners and novice alike, man. It really makes a huge difference. So, I'm looking through here. I really don't see many more questions. I see a lot of folks in the chat. I definitely appreciate everyone tuning in to the live show today. This will be recorded and available on all the normal podcast areas, iTunes, SoundCloud, and the such. Sean, I just want to thank you again, my man, for so much for taking your time to chat with me today here on the Green Woodworker Podcast. I will definitely have links for everything where Sean is available below in the description. And we may put this video up. This video will be up on Sean's YouTube channel as soon as we're finished. So if you guys weren't able to catch it live, hop on over to Sean's channel and check it out. And I think we're going to end with that, my man. So thank you so much, brother, for joining us today. And you guys have a good one. Thank you, Sean, so much, man. You're the best.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All righty.
You in it there, Donnie?
Yep. Recording is finished. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to step all over you at the end, brother. I'm just.
So we got the YouTube live still going.
Yeah, man. Oops.
Any other anything else going on in the chat before we end the YouTube live video?
I'm checking right now. Let's see. Man, we have got several people. Chad from Man Crafting's here. Of course, my boy TJ from TJ's Woodworking Shop is here.
What's up, TJ?
Thank you, TJ, so much. Justin Pruitt is here. Already subscribed to the podcast on iTunes. Thank you so much, Justin.
Hangs out over in the Facebook group.
Yeah. We've got Tyler's here. Dale's here. Patrick Workshop is here.
What's up,
man?
Pat?
This place is filled up with some highfalutin people, huh?
Oh, man.
Whew. Man, that worked out pretty good, brother. That worked out really well.
So let me just, for the ones that are watching the YouTube live, okay, so now that the podcast is over, for those of you that don't know about Donny and what he's doing, Donny Carter, you can find him over on DonnyCarter.com. He's got the Green Woodworker Podcast. He just started it. I think you've got an episode out with Matt Cremona, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you've got a couple more you've got recorded that you're fixing to release. I know you've got another one coming up this afternoon. We won't reveal any names unless you just want to.
Friday, we will have Ryan McDonald will be out, Mackinwood,
yeah, okay. All right, so he's going to be on. Then anybody else you want to talk about?
We have Braxton Wortham coming up. We have a few other ones that I'm working on. I don't want to absolutely state them yet, but yes.
Yeah, okay. But go check out, what is it? TGWpodcast.com.
Correct. You can go to
so
thegreenwoodworkerpodcast.com, greenwoodworkerpodcast.com, or the initials tgwpodcast.com.
Can you find it over on your website as well?
Yes, sir. If you go to donnycarter.com, right down on the page, there's a link to take you to the Green Woodworker website. And then from the Green Woodworker website, you can also, there's a links page that will take you to every podcast player that I know of. And it'll take you to the links for those guys too, to try and make it as easy as possible.
Can you throw that link over in the YouTube chat?
Absolutely. That's a good idea.
So they can hop over and check it out. This has been a lot of fun. So for those of you still watching, what do you think about this format of the podcast on video live, the way it's, while it's happening, to see the beginning to the end and all the pre-stuff and post-chat and all that stuff. What do you guys think about that? I think it's pretty cool seeing how that all comes together.
Yeah, everybody's saying they love it, man.
Oh, really? That's good.
Everybody says they like it. It won't let me put a link in, Sean.
Okay, we'll add it
Yeah, we'll add it to the show notes. I think you have it in the video description, and it'll definitely be there in several other places. But if you just go to donnycarter.com, DONNY Carter.com, and check it out, you can get links to everywhere. And
All right.
I like it myself, man. This is a really cool concept of being in the moment, recording the podcast. You know, I have a set certain questions that I kind of want to ask certain people, and then to be able to jump in the chat.
That's awesome.
And be able to get, you know, live feedback from folks who are listening right then is absolutely, I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of cool, man.
All right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, no, man, I believe that does it for me. And I can't thank you enough once again. And everyone who joined in on the live chat and everyone that's subscribed to the podcast so far. I just want to say, I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I know a lot of people are starting them, but what I'm trying to do differently with the podcast is get down and dirty, nuts and bolts information to help people who are contemplating starting a business or starting content creation, you know, just the nuts and bolts of things. And I think that's what we're getting from the Green Woodworker podcast. And I hope it helps everyone out there is what it boils down to. I just want to help people succeed.
I like it, Donnie. I think you're doing a great job. Just keep it up. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Timbo. He's watching this right now. He's texting me saying, "Hey, you checking text while you're going live?"
What's up, Timbo?
Timmy? All right, Donnie, I'm gonna jump off here, man. Thank you all for watching, and who knows, we may do it again.
Yes. Thanks everyone so much. I truly appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you guys.